let's understand the developments that have taken place around this arrest that was made of this South Indian superstar Allu Arjun, who is the protagonist in the film Pushpa 2 that released on 4th of December. Now, after spending a night in jail over the stampede that happened outside Sandhya Theatre in Hyderabad on 4th of December, Allu Arjun has finally been released. The actor got an emotional welcome, and right after his release, he apologized to the family who had filed the FIR and called the case accidental. The incident happened at the Sandhya Theatre, where large crowds had gathered to catch a glimpse of their favorite actor. There was a 35-year-old woman who lost her life. There was a child who was critically injured. The police filed a case against Allu Arjun and the theatre management. But my question here is, was this a cover-up by the Telangana police to bring about, to sideline their quote-unquote inefficiency in tackling the situation and putting the blame on the theatre management and the actor? I'm going to start my conversation. Joining me on the telecast is Sanjay Sahai, former ADGP of Karnataka. Sanjay Sahai, thank you for joining me. And my first question, the arrest that was made of Allu Arjun, do you think this was right, particularly when it comes to the security and safety of the people, protocols that need to be followed? The theatre management has written a letter to the Telangana police seeking stringent security in place on the 4th of December, and despite that, this incident has taken place. Now, I do not know what action was taken, or was this request fulfilled by the law and order agencies, and why is the police commissioner or the DCP or whosoever was supposed to be in charge of this has not been pulled up till now?
See, the whole issue primarily revolves around the fact whether the local police was communicated of this event or not, which everybody knows in South India that whenever the celebrities of this nature come for, there's a mob frenzy. So first, denied that there was any communication thereof. And later when this paper was when this letter was released yesterday, then it became very, very clear that they were communicated of this particular program 2 days in advance, that is on 2nd of December. Having said that, they communicated back saying that they have less of calls or whatever, and DCP last evening after the interim order bail. So at that particular point in time, there's a clarification from Hyderabad police that mostly what happens is after the letter is given, the organizers come and they discuss it out. Whatever may be the facts of the case, there is no denying the fact that they were communicated. And when I saw the videos of this particular incident, I also saw some police people there. And when lathi charge happened, then also the police people were present there, or they indulged in lathi charge. The fact of the matter is that reasonable arrangements were made. And the Hyderabad police claims that when this actor came, he did not come from a access which is outside of the people's access. So that added to the whole problem, and then he used the sunroof. He made people get more frenzy. So that is the whole thing all about. But connecting the crime to the criminal, in this case the suspect, the superstar, I think that is very, very nebulous, and it is very difficult to connect. And two sections which they have invoked. So one is 105, culpable homicide not amounting to murder. So which talks about an act which has intention, which has knowledge. It's very difficult to put that intention and knowledge, and it will only be in the legal proceedings that you will be able to finally come as to what was his criminal liability. At the maximum, it can be a vicarious liability, as we call in law, and a direct connect between Allu Arjun and this particular offense or accident or crime. I think that cannot be put as state it is made out to be.
Okay, all right. But can the police shrug off its duties and responsibilities of ensuring the safety of the people? And again, the question I ask is, how many of these police personnel were deployed? Why is information not being made public?
No, we don't know what is the total quantum of police force. I don't know how they evaluated it, total quantum of police force, or if the police force was sufficient enough to handle the crowd of that nature. And when Allu Arjun came into the theatre, and then he was there for around 2 hours, and police says they had intimated that he should not be there for such a long time. Now, the crux of the question, as which you have laid out, is whether necessary arrangements and proper arrangements were made or not, and in case of an eventuality of a huge crowd coming there, whether the police was competent enough or they had made the proper arrangement to handle that sort of a situation. Ex post facto, in hindsight, straight away we can say that that situation, the nature which happened, I think that was not imagined. My understanding is that police tried from a normal course of events. They made bandobast arrangements for a normal sort of a crowd management, but this crowd swelled. Number one, this crowd could not be controlled after the actor tried to get close to the crowd, and he came from the same exit or the same area where the crowd was there, and he continued to be there for around 2 hours.
Yeah. So then, are we saying that it was the superstar's fault? The fact that his films are doing 1,000 crores of business, he is a sensation. So is this the moral responsibility of this individual, of this public figure? Is then also shifting of blame that is being done by the police? Because there are concerts where hundreds and thousands of people gather to watch their stars, to watch their singers, pop sensations perform, and these are large scale events, and there is huge police deployment. Couldn't a similar deployment structure be ensured, keeping in mind that the popularity of a star such as Allu Arjun was something that was aware to all?
See, the nature of deployment which we were talking about, that nature of deployment did not happen. The preparatory meeting between the organizers and the police, that did not take place. So there was some amount of bandobast arrangements which were made, which was certainly not commensurate to the nature of the crowd and the nature of the management which was required, which led to this situation, and which was, I think, slightly aggravated by whatever happened after Allu Arjun came there.
Okay.
So it is primary responsibility of the police to ensure security. There is no denying. There is also that information was not available. That is not true. That is false. Information was available. Some amount of police presence was there. The DCP himself says that police presence was there, but was not enough to contain a situation of this nature.
Okay.
So this is where it stands.
Okay.
So criminality of Allu Arjun which was established by the Hyderabad police, that does not stand legally.
Okay, all right. I also have with me Shyam Prasad Mehka. He's a Congress leader. Thank you very much for joining me. Shyam Prasad Mehka, now BJP has been up in arms against the Congress government led by Revant Reddy, blaming it squarely for this unfortunate incident that has taken place. Do you think the Congress government should take action, and stringent one at that, when it comes to the police commissioner, the DCP, who were managing the entire affair, or rather mismanaging it?
See, let's take out BJP, Congress, and that kind of politics is not warranted here. This issue is about what happened at the theatre, and clearly there is lack of security, there is lack of coordination between the organizers and the police, and that is being acted upon, and the star has some accountability. He was arrested, and then court gave him relief, and law is taking its own course. Now, what we need to see is, how do we prevent such things? What is that these people who know, the celebrities, that there will be crowds, what kind of precautions that they need to take, and how much the police can help them. That is, and how, right? That is the lesson. That's the lesson that we need to draw, and that's where we should focus, rather than just BJP trying to corner Revant Reddy.
Okay, but let's
That's
keep
not
aside
right.
let's keep aside the brickbats that the Congress at this point of time is facing from the BJP or the TDP or other political parties. But my question again, like, you know, are you then going to put the onus squarely on actors, on celebrities, and make it their moral responsibility to then figure, oh, okay, because I am so popular, maybe that's why I should not come into the public arena, not meet my fans, not greet them, perhaps not spend 2 hours, maybe be there for 15 minutes and go get inside the theatre or go back home or wherever they are heading towards. And do you think the 2-day notice that was given by the management of the theatre, because the letter was written on 2nd and they required huge bandobast on the 4th of December, was this too short a time, do you think, for the Hyderabad police to make adequate arrangements?
No. What I'm saying is, see, the meeting between the organizers and the police did not happen, so that there is no coordination. Clearly, that's an area to be improved upon. Second, Megha, let us be very realistic. It's easy to blame police. How many police are there for every lakh of people that we have? Do you understand? These people, I'm telling you, I'm not finding fault with Allu Arjun or anything. Simple thing is, see, they have a huge crores of budget movie. They have their bouncers for their personal security. When they plan an event, why can't they make arrangements? Why can't they make arrangements? Are they not responsible?
But are you, again the question, again, on whose shoulders does the responsibility lie? Then the question
everybody.
And also, I was already very appalled because there was immediate action that was taken against Allu Arjun. There was immediate action that was taken against 3 of these management, the part owner of the theatre. Then there was the balcony in charge, and there was also the senior manager of this particular theatre. But there was no action that was talked about or spoken about or actually taken on the police officers who were actually responsible for it as well. If you're saying partially responsible, in certain way responsible, that's another thing, that's a discussion for another day. But they were of course responsible, because law and order of the city is the primary focus of the police.
See, there is no end to this discussion. Okay, definitely, police has some responsibility. We agree, but see, making these arguments, right? So, did the police give him the permission? Okay, they applied for permission. Okay, that's the letter you are showing from Sandhya Theatre.
So,
the police said, okay, go ahead.
Should the police make a statement, give us a clarification? Because so far they have been quiet. So there is a lot of these ambiguities. Was permission actually given? Like you said, was there coordination? What is the meeting that was held to ensure that there was proper arrangements made for the safety and security? And then the third question, if action has been taken against the actor and the theatre management, why at the same time shouldn't action be taken against the police officials who were responsible, who were responsible for it, who were responsible for ensuring that there needed to be enough security. I'm going to if everybody is going to be held accountable, if the actor is supposed to be held accountable, if the movie theatre management are to be held accountable, then why not the accountability on the police as well?
Police should be accountable in 100 other things. Why we are so quick on when talking about these celebrities? One guy fights in his own home, one guy goes to a theatre and creates a ruckus. These people, who do they think they are?
Okay, I'm again going to raise the matter that if you are fixing accountability and you're saying that it may be the fault of the actor, the movie management, the theatre management, why are you apprehensive when questions are being raised on the law and order agencies in Hyderabad as well? I have with me Professor Jyotsna Tirunagari. She is the TDP spokesperson. Professor Jyotsna, what is your view on the subject?
See, first thing is, matter is sub judice, so I think we all have to maintain a restraint when we are talking on this particular matter. First thing. Second thing is, Allu Arjun, yes, he is a star, nobody is denying it. and he's the A11, if I'm not wrong, in this particular case. My question is, where are the remaining 10? First, I think police has announced that we have arrested around 7 or 8. I don't know, there is no written statement from the police on this till now. And Megha, the point that I'm worried about is, yes, whoever is taking such kind of incidents, events organizers or whatnot, all are responsible for this. It's a collective effort that when things like this happen, all of us have to be collectively putting our efforts in making an event successful and safe and secured for the people who are involved in that particular event. Here, there are 3 aspects to it. One, the theatre management, because the theatre management is the management which has in fact called upon or the hero, heroine would come or whatnot. However it goes, I don't know about the process, but yes, they are the first ones who should, like, let's assume tomorrow somebody else, let's say the Chief Minister of Telangana, Mr. Revanth Reddy, he goes somewhere. Let's assume he goes somewhere. He's sitting there he goes for a meeting. Isn't it the basic responsibility of, because he's the Chief Minister, yes, he's a celebrity as well. So, isn't it the basic responsibility of the local police and the concerned police officials to provide proper security there, to provide proper security measures there? Will you blame the responsibility on Revanth Reddy if something bad happens? First thing. Second question is, it's not one individual who's involved here. Sandhya Theatre management, the police officials, and the personal security and the event organizers. Definitely we have to take to task each and every person. My question here, Megha, is, which I'm really not happy about, I would say. Yesterday, see, why did it take a political turn? I'll tell you. Yesterday morning, the police went and said, no, you are accused. We have to talk to you. We have to investigate and we have to talk to you. Probably you will even be arrested. Yes, fine. Whoever it is, आप हो या मैं हूँ या श्याम प्रसाद जी हो या फिर कस्तूरी जी हो, कोई भी हो, गलती करोगे. If you are in a case that you are involved, yes, you will be questioned. No doubt about that. And Allu Arjun was also questioned on that. Yes, we accept that. He was taken into detention. Yes, we accept that. But the statements after that. Yesterday, Mr. Revanth Reddy was in the country capital. He attended a conclave of a particular national media. In that national media, he says, करोड़ों रुपए कमाते हैं, किसके लिए करते हैं? भाई एक चीज समझ लो आप. This is a collective thing. Do not pass on the buck on anybody.
Okay.
It's your failure.
Okay.
Your police failure.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
also responsible.
All right.
One
Point
second,
made.
Megha.
Professor Jyotsna, point. Yeah, you made your point.
Please.
You made your point.
Let me complete.
You made your point.
Let me complete.
Yeah.
Megha, let me complete. I am not here to defend Allu Arjun. I am not here to defend anybody because I see children, 2 young children who lost a mother. A person lost his wife. We see a young life lost there. A woman who came out with her family lost her life because of a useless and inefficient system. I'm very worried about that.
Okay,
I'm
all
not
right.
worried about if it's Allu
Yes,
Arjun or
I'm
anybody
also
else.
going to
I'm
get
worried about
Kasturi Shankar, who's an actor and a model. And Kasturi, I want to hear it from you about what kind of responsibility should actors, film stars, celebrities have when it comes to a situation such as this. When an Allu Arjun or a Rajinikanth or any big celebrity across the world understands how popular they are, how loved they are, what kind of frenzy in which the crowd goes when they make public appearances, it should be their responsibility to ensure, to foresee such events could happen and therefore also partake in discussions that can be held with the event management team, with the theatre management, for their own security personnel, from the promoters and the producers of the film that is being premiered at this particular theatre, to then ensure that there is a, as Professor Jyotsna said, a collective effort. So the responsibility is to be shared with all people involved.
If you may, thanks Megha, and I have several things to add to this discussion. First, to your question, actors are responsible to their movie, to their producers. In fact, I hold that, actors are responsible for cooperation and performance to their movie. They cannot even be held liable for the success or failure of a movie because it's a joint effort. All they can be questioned for or taken to task for is if they don't do their job well, first off. But yes, when you're a superstar who has the ability to rustle up a frenzy across the board, across nations. I mean, let's be straight here. Mr. Allu Arjun is a superstar in South Korea. Did you know that? He's an international name. He's a brand. So yes, he is aware till today, Mr. Allu Arjun was hiring personal security because he was aware that even the fans who love him may end up inadvertently getting too close or causing some damage, not because they want it, but because when there is a crowd, he could be hurt. Nowhere.
But that's common sense. That happens all the time, and therefore needs to be arrangements that need to be put in place. And my question, I mean, was the management right in writing to the police just 2 days before the event were to take place, and such a large scale? Do you think 2 days were actually enough for security to be ensured at the place?
Yes. Yes, I'm going to start with, let me finish the first point. I'm saying, till now, no star would have thought that they are going to be held responsible for a stampede where they were not, directly responsible. This is a precedent. In the future, they will probably, there are cricket stars, there are sports idols. For your information, more deaths have been caused by cutouts of political parties falling on people and dying. What are we going to do about that? Religious processions, religious events. What are we going to do that? Are we going to ban religious events now?
Yeah.
Are we going to arrest God? So this is all not the point. These are all diversion tactics. Who is responsible for crowd control? Actor or the government and the police? Who is responsible for law and order? The Congress spokesperson said there was a miscommunication or lack of communication between the theatre authorities and the police. Sir, there was a miscommunication between your government and the police.
Yes.
You fatally underestimated Mr. Allu Arjun's pull and attraction. You underestimated the number of people needed.
Megha, I have a point.
There have been precedents. There have been many instances where state governments have said we cannot give police permission. It has to be a private event. Cricket matches are conducted that way, and very nominal police protection is given to those events. If this has been informed to them beforehand, cancel the event. हम तो पुलिस नहीं दे सकते. Inform किया हुआ तो ये नहीं होएगा.
Okay. Okay, all right. Point taken. Point taken. So that's what I'm saying. There's ambiguity at this point of time. The information has been withheld by the police as to what went on within those 2 days, whether the permission was granted or not, whether there was inability that was shown by the police forces that they will not be able to adequately provide for in tackling this huge crowd as well. I'm out of time. I thank all of you for joining me on the telecast and having this conversation with me, because it was important to have this conversation. The entire country is going in a frenzy. There's a woman who has died. There is a child who has been critically injured, and questions are only being pointed, and the blame is being squarely put on this star Allu Arjun.